Phil said he's a dog.
Is that what you're gonna open up with? Phil's a dog.
Phil's a dog.
He's a doggy dog.
Sir, I am married.
Did you intentionally put that in there?
No, we were discussing Chinese New Year.
Oh. Ayo, same.
Yeah, my wife was asking, does Justin even celebrate that? I was like, that's a good question. I don't.
Not as well, hold on, give it a second. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin.
Shut up, Philip.
And you're watching or listening to episode like, hold on, before we jump into that, welcome to episode 443 of DangIT Prodcast. Welcome back, everybody. Chinese New Year, right?
Oh my god.
I don't celebrate it. I don't celebrate it as like heavily as like my mom does, but it's definitely a thing that happens in the house, so I'm fully aware of that. And I've been just trying here and there just to like be like aware of like the things that happen with each day, because Chinese New Year takes over the course of like 7 days. So it starts tonight, you stay up until midnight. There's a couple other things that happen like within the week. They advise you to clean up things at a certain day, throw away certain things. They advise you not to work here and there, and you know, after all that, everything goes back to normal. So yeah, it's the year of the rabbit, I believe, this time.
Yes, it is. What is your year, Justin?
Yeah, I just confirmed. Dog.
Hey!
I'm a rat.
All right, Mark, you can get it.
All right, good job, Mark. Anyways.
Hey, you know the rats in New York? Huge.
No, I believe my sister and my wife are the year of the boar.
Okay.
Yep.
You just call your wife a pig?
I mean,
she does not like to be reminded she's the year of the boar.
You're like, you'd be right, then she hates to think about it like that.
But, and then I know that my mother is the lucky one. She's the year of the dragon.
That's pretty dope, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, each and other, like every other sign like has a very significant meaning. It's pretty much just, you know, all the zodiac stuff going on too. It's pretty much just getting to that. But how you guys doing? This lovely Saturday this past week. Oh,
I was waiting for Mark to go first.
I'm doing good.
It's good to hear, guys. Well, first of all, Phil, how are you doing?
I'm alright.
Okay. I don't.
It's shitty morning, but I'm doing better.
Oh, okay, I got you. I'll tone mine down a little bit. Mainly because yesterday was like, there was a lot that happened like yesterday that kind of aligns with like my interests. Yeah. So I've just been like jazzed up because of that. The only downside to all this is that as a result of yesterday, I got this very nice little like box cut like straight down like this point. So it just kind of sucks to wash my hands.
Yeah, I get those at work all the time. It sucks. It's not fun.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like it's easily avoidable, but I was like, let me just try to open up this cardboard box just a little bit with my finger. And it's like, no, don't do that.
You fool.
Just pull or just use like a box cutter. But yeah. I can go over like all my stuff like real quick. I can definitely go into detail about it, but like, what was it? The TCG expansion for Pokemon Crown Zenith came out yesterday. I had no intentions of buying the packs. I thought they were all sold out, but I just was able to find like the right things at the right time yesterday, so I just opened up all of those, resulted in this. But my package for Fire Emblem Engage also arrived on the same day, so I was like, this is perfect. Nice job. I still gotta get through Trails in the Sky though, but after that, and I'm, you know, it'll probably just take a stream or two, then I can focus on that on stream.
Oh yeah.
And then
did you finished? I think we talked about this. You finished three houses, right?
Not all 3 routes, just one. So I
the
have
Black
like,
Eagles.
Right.
Yeah.
I still need to jump back into it, but yeah, like, yeah, I've actually been a lot like really excited for this one as they've just been prepping it like within the week. Yeah,
it looks really good.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, I haven't really like touched these games because like they're pretty lengthy, and one of them I've already played before. But on Game Pass's side and really just consoles in general, we got Monster Hunter Rise, we got the Persona like 3 portable and 4 golden.
I'm so glad somebody brought it up. I asked Mark if he played it, and he said no. He hasn't played them yet.
That's
Thank
fair.
you.
That's fair. I haven't either, and I still want to though. But like, yeah, it's perfect that they're all showing up there.
Well, I can start with Rise because I don't have too much to say about Rise other than it looks pretty 4K. Apparently, it can run 120 frames on PS5 and Series X.
Oh, that'd be nice to see.
So I was like, damn. And people are calling it the definitive version of Monster Hunter Rise. That being said,
sense, yeah.
no physical copy for the game.
Yeah, sad.
Which I know some fans are kind of mad about, but
yeah, I get that. But you know, the only physical that exists is the Switch version, both that and like the later to be like put into retail, the Sunbreak edition to it.
But Sunbreak is also just the Rise cart with the download code for Sunbreak.
Is that it? Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Damn, that box art was fancy though.
Very, very fancy. Yeah, I was assuming it was going to be like Iceborne, right? Like when you buy Monster Hunter World Iceborne, everything's on disc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that was not the case.
That was not the case. Not with Rise.
I was sad because I was going to trade in my version of Rise to get the Sunbreak one, and then I found that out, and I was like, well.
I mean that was smart thinking for sure, but I guess they also saw that too.
Yeah, they definitely saw that.
Mm-hmm.
But Persona, baby. Oh, Persona.
A bit of a step back for not having like a physical retail version, but
very. But in terms of the actual games themselves, where do I start? Do I start with 4 or 3?
You could, yeah. Since you talked about 5, let's go 4 to 3.
Okay. 4 is a 10 out of 10 game.
Gotcha. All right.
I don't think you like, if you like RPGs, if you like Persona 5, if you're even remotely have never played a Persona, 5 is the best place to start, but 4 is also a good one too. There's a reason that game is considered one of the best JRPGs of all time. It's so good. The music, dude. Heartbreak, Heartache. Oh my god. And then it's golden, so you also get all the extra content from golden. Like this is literally the definitive version of 4. It is a must play, and I think the Series X version is the only one that can run 120 frames.
What the?
For literally no reason. The PlayStation version doesn't because it's based on PS4, not PS5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Series X is the only one that got the next gen version.
That's interesting. Okay.
So if you really want to consider it, it is a next gen exclusive to Series X.
That's interesting.
I know. That's what I said.
I was like, what? But yeah, I thought about that.
But if you're not interested in the Xbox version, it does run 60 frames no matter what, including Switch.
That's very nice.
And it's only $20. And it's like 90 hours of gameplay, so I think you're good for $20.
You're getting a lot of run for your money.
Persona 3 is a whole different beast to tackle because it is not the definitive version of Persona 3. But the problem is there is no definitive version. In a perfect world, they would have taken the content from Fez and the content from Portable and put it together. That's not what we got. We just got Portable. So for people who don't know what that means, it means that the exploration part essentially means that they tone down a lot of the exploration into just menus and visual novels because it couldn't run on the PSP.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, the dungeon crawling is the same. The Tartarus tower is the complete same. You can run around there. That's all good and dandy. But the actual like movement and through the school and stuff, it's all menu based and it's all visual novel style like cutscenes.
It's Digimon Survive, is what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. But to Portable's like argument, it has the best gameplay between the two.
Oh,
like
really?
Between Fez and Portable has the best gameplay because in the original 3, you were not allowed to control your party members. It was just you. You just had to hope to God they did really good.
Oh my god. Okay.
In this one, it's defaulted to that, but you can change in the options to control your party members.
Got it. Okay.
Because Portable came out after 4. So they were able to implement things from 4.
Got you. All right.
Another big thing is, and I know this is why people get mad, is it's called The Answer. It's the epilogue to Persona 3 that's in Fez,
but
it's not included in Portable.
What
do not get that. You do not get that epilogue. That doesn't even exist in there.
Bro, what?
Yeah, but
okay.
On the other side, this is why there's no definitive answer to which version's better, because it's your personal preference. There's the female route in Portable. In the original, there was only the male route. In Portable, you get male or female. If you play male, it's the same game.
Gotcha.
It's the exact game through and through. If you play female, you actually get very different storylines, different music, different battle themes, different everything. It's a whole different game, pretty much. It's 2 games in 1.
Gotcha.
And again, $20 or Game Pass, and also 120 frames on Xbox Series X. I don't know
for
why.
No reason.
For a PSP game, I don't know why.
For a JRPG, that's almost solely turn-based.
Yeah, almost. Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
I had to think about it. But yeah.
Like if they do the exploration bits, like even in Tartarus or whatnot, I don't know what that actually looks like, but if it has any type of movement that you have control of the character, 120 you'll see that.
Yeah. So I think both games are stellar. They're both 10 out of 10s to me. But just know that going into 3, it's not the best version of there is no best version of 3. You have to either take what you can get. In my opinion, I like Portable. I am someone who I think I like the menu system more because I'm able to travel faster. I'm able to go, okay, well, I need to go here. I don't want to walk.
Yeah. Okay.
I just menus. That's it. Just quick menus, quick everything. And then obviously being able to control your party members feels much more comfortable to me.
Right.
And also you can break the game with it. Well, because remember, in the original game, you have to hope to God they do what they need to do. You can just, if you need it to happen, you can make it happen. Like if you need a certain spell out, just command it and you're good to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like remake 7 remake, where you could just let your characters do whatever they want, but of course you have that ability to just go into the tactics and then choose which move they'll choose next, or just manually swap into them.
I never put the 2 and 2 together, but yeah, I guess that is true.
Have you guys, this is kind of an off-tangent thing, have you guys ever seen that meme video of like someone speedrunning Persona 4 Golden, and at the start menu they like press start and then they go into the menu and they select no shadows and then they beat the game?
Yes, I love that meme. I absolutely love that meme. It's so good. But the fact that they're both on Game Pass, Xbox players, those are must plays. All 3, Rise and both Personas.
Good tonight.
Those are literally must play games.
Yeah.
Just 3 going with a little bit of caution. It's an older game. It's a PS2 game at this point. Well, they both are, but they're older. It's older than 4, obviously.
Right. So you may not have like the same like nuances here and there from 5 transitioning into that.
You would be surprised if you have played Persona 5 Royal, which again, Xbox, if it's Game Pass, play it. You'd be surprised how much Persona 5 still has that DNA from 3.
Oh.
You would be very surprised. I mean, obviously 5 is the more like comfortable play for a newcomer. It eases you in a little bit better. But they have the same DNA, really.
Gotcha.
Other than that, was those the big releases this week? It was those 3, huh? Oh, well, Fire Emblem.
Yeah. I talked about that a little briefly. It's getting really good scores. I mean, this was like as of like Tuesday, and yeah, no. What I'm really looking forward to is like the writing. I think coming out of Pokemon, like that's just specifically text only. To see like full-fledged voice acting, like Fire Emblem's been doing this like now since I think
Awakening.
Since
Oh no.
well, like yeah, there's definitely like line inputs here and there, but like a full-fledged like fully like voice acted one. I think Echoes started to do that with their characters.
Oh yeah, Shadows of Valencia. Yep.
Why am I not surprised you bought that special edition of it and still have not played it?
I mean, I'm still playing through Trails in the Sky. Otherwise, I would drop everything to play it. So this is me just trying my best to get to the backlog as best as possible. So you're not wrong, Mark. But I am gonna. This one like goes up the list.
You're like, this one's getting the fast pass.
This yeah, it's getting the Disney Fast Pass.
I'm really interested in playing Engage. I actually think Engage is going to engage me more than Three Houses. I think everybody knows this as the biggest Nintendo, probably the biggest Nintendo fan in this chat, in this circle right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really care about Fire Emblem. I know. It's crazy. I don't care about a Nintendo franchise, but I still.
You need to take that back. You take that back right now. Poach, get him.
Hey, put the chainsaw dog down right now. Put him down. Put down Pochita.
Oh,
you sir have no right.
Wait, you didn't let me finish. I always It's not that I don't like them, because I like
all right, I'll let you cook.
I like tactics games. Like I love Final Fantasy Tactics. I love trying to remember the other time. Oh, Triangle Strategy. Like there's a lot of different strategy games that I do like. I don't know what it is about Fire Emblem that I can never get into it. I literally buy them every single time. I have Awakening, I have Fates, I have Shadows of Valencia.
Okay.
I have Three Houses.
They're mostly for display purposes.
Well, they also get really pricey, so they're for collecting purposes. But
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Fire Emblem is a series that gets really expensive. Ask the GameCube.
It's in the chat. I know. It's a lot of hoopla I'm hearing.
I know it is a lot of hoopla. What I'm trying to say is, I think my problem recently with Fire Emblem and why I couldn't get really like into it is because I feel like it's such an undertaking trying to do all three paths.
Oh yeah, Three Houses is kind of daunting that way.
It wasn't just Three Houses. Fates is the same thing.
Oh, that's, you're right about that.
I actually almost beat Shadows of Valencia. I really liked that game, and
It's
I wondered
really good,
why.
yeah.
I was wondering why I got so invested in that one and not other ones.
I think,
I think I realized it. I like the singular path games. I don't really want to branch off into other things, and I don't really care about having to be like romancing other characters and doing all that. Engage doesn't have that. Engage is classic, straightforward, one story. That appeals to me much more than something like Three Houses.
I can appreciate that. Yeah,
I am really, really excited to try and get it, Engaged soon so I can play it, because I really want to. It looks super fucking good.
I think, no, you got a point about that. I think, especially if you're really, really big on like storytelling, these what ifs, like, I mean, that's what like Fire Emblem Fates was about to be called. Well, at least it is called If in Japan.
It is called If in Japan.
Yeah,
That's quite literally what Heroes is for Dragon Ball. It's what if.
Yeah, like the what if like scenario, like what if you decide to choose this path and that path and that path. Three Houses is literally like three split like parts, but there's no definitive end to it. In fact, all like references going forward, it's always like the characters previously or prior to like the events or a little afterward. But there's never like a set path. Like every character will start to reference as if like Violet takes this path or that path or that path. So there's no real definitive end to it.
Unless you go to the Smash path.
Oh my god, that trailer was so funny. That trailer was hilarious for Corrin. When they said Smash, I said, or join Smash instead of the other two routes. It was great. But the thing about Fates is there's only one correct path. Like there's only like legitimately one canon path.
And it's the Smash path.
No, it's the
yeah,
it's the
it's
not Conquest, not Birthright. It's the third
it's
one.
I think it's essentially Revelations or something like that.
Yeah, that is the actual like canon path. There is no canon path in Three Houses.
Yeah, like you think that like the DLC would then open up to it wasn't. It was just kind of like an intermediary between things.
Yeah, the fourth house.
And I just to answer his question, I don't think it's really mandatory to do all three. If you really enjoy a story, definitely do it. It's also a completionist thing, but otherwise, one path will do it.
I only played through Black Eagles. I never actually played through like Golden Deer or what's the blue one?
Blue Lions, I think.
There you go. I never played through those two, and I just felt like I didn't need to. But I really did like Three Houses, though. It was one of the only five that were finished. So,
although now that I look at like Engage versus like Three Houses, like aesthetically, yeah, no, Engage I would still go for.
Engage has such a beautiful looking art style, dude. It's not even.
I forget like how like kind of like unsaturated everything in Three Houses is.
It's true, and then I think Engage reminds me of the Game Boy Advance games, like the color schemes. It looks really cool. I want to play it. I want to play it so bad. We're not even bringing up Warriors. No, nobody plays Fire Emblem Warriors. I
do have that.
The Three Hopes, right? Or
I got both.
Nice.
But that's in the backlog.
I beat Warriors 1.
Oh, nice. Okay.
No, it was fun. I mean, it's cool. I played it right off coming off of like Hyrule Warriors, the OG one.
Oh, right.
And then I was like, well, it's not as good as Hyrule Warriors, but it's cool. And then I played Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and then I was like, damn, this is a pretty good game.
Like there's no beating that. And I guess Three Houses or Three Hopes is probably trying to follow the same thing.
I heard Three Hopes is really good as a Warriors game, so I was like, damn.
I think Fire Emblem works really well as a Warriors game.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
You would be right.
Huh?
This is why I don't like it as much as Hyrule Warriors, because they classify characters by class instead of it being okay. In Hyrule Warriors, even if there's 3 links, all 3 of those links are different. They have different weapons, they have different abilities, they have different skills, everything.
Okay. Yeah.
In Fire Emblem Warriors, now I can't speak for Three Hopes, but for original Fire Emblem Warriors, Marth, Lucina, Prom, they all literally have the exact same attacks and styles. The only difference being they're special.
Oh, okay.
They all literally play the same because they're that class. Anybody who rides a horse that isn't a mage with a spear, that class. Axe wielders, that class. Like they're all separated by class. They're not unique.
Oh, I guess like that at the very least that at least honors the class system in like the Fire Emblem games, where like you will have like duplicates here and there, and the only difference is like one, their growth rates and maybe whatever signature like thing that they got on them. Maybe.
Yeah, I understand that that's part of the course for like Fire Emblem, but
yeah, I got you. I don't know how
I still beat it. I was still really engaged with the gameplay. It was fun.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I hope you like Engage.
Yeah, me too.
Get ready for the expansion, Divorce.
I love it.
I think that's the bad ending.
No, you see the bad ending. That you'd think that's the bad ending, but no, the bad ending is it's basically she took the kids.
Oh.
That's worse ending.
Yeah, I think when we talk about Fire Emblem, like especially now, one of the biggest maybe I'm a little bit more biased, but one of the biggest things I loved about it was the pair up. I love the support conversations. I love the fact that like you would have children who would then inherit like your certain skills here and there. But I understand like they got to a point in like Fates where it was like the dialogue localization wasn't like that great. And the only like benefit was really just to like have these children who have like pretty much like beefed up like stats and growth rates and everything like that, and then they decided to dial that back in Three Houses where it's like you'll marry just at the end of the game.
I don't care about the children aspect. I think that's what kills me. Like, I don't really care about having to romanticize the characters to make sure that they can have better, like the kids have better stats and stuff. I guess call me a boomer, but I like the just normal basic. Hey, this character has these stats. How could you use them on the field and not have to worry about it later?
I gotta work for shit.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why I think Engage looks great.
I also like the whole pair-up system back in the 3DS days, which they kind of did away with. They're kind of bringing it back a little bit, just in some way.
That one is the one I did like. The pair-up system where you're on the field and you can have someone with you
like
and do like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could share one tile. But yeah.
That's really cool because it can set up unique plays. It can set up unique plays for sure on the field. What I didn't like is that you required it for those like relationship points.
What he didn't like was raising a family.
Well, I mean, it's like it's not really
Persona.
It's not too mandatory, but it's definitely recommended just to make it easier for you later on.
When you play Three Houses, you get major Persona vibes.
There's
a lot of Persona vibes in that game, like having to build your intelligence, going to school, making sure you're hanging out with your classmates, your students, all that stuff. Yeah.
It just like that
Life
one
simulator.
That one was definitely like one that lacked like the pair-up system. So in order to like bond with like certain people, you could bond them easily to you, but with each other is kind of different. Mainly because like they don't give gifts to each other. They don't like talk to each other all the time. You literally have to put them next. You have to put them next to each other consistently throughout the maps.
Yeah.
And pairing up systems like just made that easier, so they can like cover each other's weaknesses.
But the thing that saves Three Houses, and to quote Reggie Fils-Aimé from E3 2017,
okay,
the game is fun.
The game is fun. I can't argue that, you know.
Yep,
Reggie.
That's what got me. As soon as I heard the music, that's the thing about Fire Emblem Three Houses. Yeah, I don't really like some of the mechanics, but the reason I beat the Black Eagles story is because the game's just damn good. Like,
it was fun. Yeah.
My God, the music, the combat, the systems, like there are other mechanics in there that I do like. It's great. The rock, paper, scissors system's coming back after Shadows of Valencia. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff. Yeah. Now remake. Why am I forgetting the name of it?
Pretty much everything that has been localized here.
Yeah, pretty much. But there's one in particular. I can't.
English patch.
Was it Thracia?
It's the fourth game.
The fourth?
No,
game?
not the one before Thracia. Genealogy of the Holy War.
Oh, okay.
That is a name.
Remake Genealogy of the Holy War, please.
I'm pretty sure they'll get to it.
Mark, have you never heard these names? The first Fire Emblem ever is called Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light.
Cool.
That's the one with Marth. That's where Marth comes from.
They have the eShop thing going on for a little bit.
The first time I had ever seen Marth in my life was in Melee.
That's a lot of people, actually, including myself.
All the Americans did, Mark. We didn't know what the fuck a Fire Emblem was.
But what's the soundtrack?
Yeah, when I said dun, 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 I was like, this is their song? Like, this is sick, dude. But we still didn't even get the game about Marth until DS. Which was the remake of Shadow Dragon.
We were all like, and we were like, oh, well, that's what he's saying?
No. Jesus Christ, that was good. But yes, there's a couple we still have. Like, it's Mystery of the Emblem, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the third one. That's King Marth, not Prince Marth.
Yeah.
Mystery of the Emblem, Genealogy of the Holy War, Tharsha 777, and Binding Blade, Roy's game.
Yes, Roy's game. And then that's when it started to be localized to us as like the Blazing Blade, aka Fire Emblem GBA.
Yeah, that one's so weird. They could have just called it the Blazing Blade, and
yeah, we wouldn't even question it.
But they straight up just called it Fire Emblem in the States. So now we think that's number 1, but that's actually like number 7.
It's very weird.
It's like it's Final Fantasy all over again.
Yeah. But at least we're continuing like the franchise as a whole.
And we did get localized version of Shadow Dragon, so that was cool.
Yeah,
the NES game for a short time, but
for like a year.
Happened.
Yeah, that was it.
I definitely have it downloaded. It's it'll say I will try to save it on my account as much as possible to preserve it. It is the original NES game, fully localized in English, so it is very dated, but it is a fun game.
Very dated. It could be a lot better, but you know what? It's the original.
Have you played an NES RPG?
Nope.
It's pretty tough.
It's you really have to get into it. you have to put myself in the mindset of, okay, this is going to be a really, really hard game to play.
Mm.
I mean, I feel like that could be. I feel like that could be said for a lot of old RPGs.
I guess you could say that. Yeah, it depends on title.
Because I was going to say, I think Super Nintendo RPGs are very easy to get into.
Mm.
Well, Final Fantasy 4 and 6 are really easy to get into. Those are games that hold up like modern games.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And Secret of Mana is another one that is super good and holds up really well.
Got you.
And I not recently, but back when I got the collection of Mana, the original Super Famicom version of Trials of Mana, not the remake. That one also holds up very well. So the Super Nintendo games, Chrono Trigger, come on, like Super Nintendo games hold up pretty damn well in my opinion when you're talking about RPGs. It's NES games where you start to see a pattern. You have to learn how to play an NES RPG, in my opinion. That's because I've done it. I've played through Final Fantasy 1. I've played through Dragon Quest. Sorry, Dragon Warrior.
The like DreamWorks?
No.
The Dragon Warrior.
And I'm trying
pandas?
to, and then I'm going to really sit down and play through Mother 1, or I guess our English name is Earthbound Beginnings. So that's an NES RPG, if you know what I mean. That's a walk out and get smacked up in the first battle. And I was like, well, like it's really funny because once you understand that, oh, that's where the term grinding for XP comes from.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You literally can't leave the first area unless you're overpowered, and then you move on to the next area.
That just reminded me of our time with East 1 and 2.
Oh my god.
Where you're just running into people.
Yeah, East Books 1 and 2 is definitely they're old, but they're good. I wouldn't say they are easy to get into, but if you do put in the time for it, it's a good game. I did recently beat those like 2 years ago, so I would say yeah. But I guess it just depends on the RPG. What RPG did you have in mind when you said that, Mark?
When I said that all RPG, like a lot of the old RPGs?
Yeah, like what were you thinking specifically?
I would, because I'm also thinking from this in the perspective of a kid.
Okay, obviously.
Oh yeah, Pokemon was like, whew, for me.
Well, Pokemon was my gateway, but yes.
Yeah, like take for example, like when I was a kid, I was able to get through Pokemon because that was really simple.
Yeah.
Step up, like say with like Digimon World, that was a bit harder.
Oh, yeah, okay, that was a little bit harder. For PS1. World was PS1? Or
PS1, they might have been PS2.
I'm trying to remember, but I do know which game you're talking about, and yeah, I would yeah, okay, that makes sense. Because my gateway RPG, and I recommend these to anybody who has never played an RPG or turn-based RPG. Because action, PlayStation. It was PS1? Okay, I remember. Damn, good job, useless facts.
I just remember the box cover.
I'd say even for a small child, back then, I imagine the first Kingdom Hearts being a little difficult. Mainly because they do not tell you what the fuck you have to do.
I would say if you played it on an actual PS2, probably. If you played the HD versions, No, they're
No,
pretty easy.
I'm talking like the original, like when you play the original back on PS2.
Yeah.
Because like, here's the thing: Kingdom Hearts is great, but the first game does a terrible job at telling you what to do.
I think action RPGs are a lot easier for people to get into because it's immediate, right? It's reactive.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you hit a button, they swing.
Right.
Which is why
it's more intuitive.
Yeah, that's why Final Fantasies went that route recently, like 15, 7 Remake, 16. So I get that. But if you really want to be in the like turn-based RPGs, bread and butter beginner JRPGs. I got 3 of them.
Oh, real quick. Phil, I don't know if you know this. Is Digimon World available on the PlayStation Store at all?
I do not know. Not on PS5 or PS4, I can tell you that much. There's hardly anything on there. But
next order with this new stuff.
That's the sequel though, right?
It's essentially a modern day one.
It's a remake?
Essentially?
Unofficially?
Okay. Because I heard about this. This is a Vita game that got ported to PS4 and Xbox. And then it's coming to Switch this year.
I don't think it's on Xbox.
It is on Xbox.
It should be on Xbox, yeah.
I was pretty damn sure I read it for Xbox.
Oh, you know what? I'm looking at Next Order right now. Actually.
I swear it's not.
Like, it says platforms Switch, PlayStation 4, Vita, and Microsoft Windows.
No way. Wow. I was only saying that because Bandai is a big supporter of Xbox. They usually put a lot of RPGs on there.
Maybe they just couldn't this time.
But you know Sony.
Can we just double check? Is Next Order like a remake, or is it like kind of like a remaster?
I'm gonna double check that fact before we say
because
that.
like that would make more sense. Where it's like
if you ask people who've played both, I think that Next Order was essentially made as a modern adaptation of one.
So that would be considered a remake.
That would be considered a remake, but
yeah, it's like I would say because I don't think they ever actually called it a remake. I think it was just you can see that it's pretty much intended to be one without being the official title.
Oh God, no, it's not. It is the 6th game in the series.
Yet it takes everything from one and does it again.
It is the 6th game in the series.
Oy.
Overall. It is not a remake. Hold up. I'm looking up the World series, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original one was PS1. In addition, despite being, I'm looking this up on Wikipedia. That's my source, by the way, real quick. Being localized as such in Western markets, Digimon World DS.
Yeah, there was a DS version.
It is in America. There are 3 pretty much. There's Digimon World Dawn and Dusk.
Yeah, those were that's when they did kind of a Pokemon-esque kind of thing.
Yeah.
In terms of the version.
All right.
Yeah.
Whereas
Digimon World Data Squad for PS2.
I heard of that one. Yeah.
It's funny because Lunamon still gets into a bunch of stuff, but poor Coronamon doesn't get into shit now.
So interestingly enough, there's the original PS1 game, there's the PS2 game, which is Data Squad. The rest of the series is on DS.
Oof.
And then
So Digimon World 2 and 3 and 4.
Oh, I lied. We have a game that has never been localized.
What's that?
Digimon World Redigitize.
Oh yeah, that game.
It's a PSP game. Because then after that, it'd be Next World or Next Order, which was for Vita.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess like if they continued like the trend on the PlayStation like portable stuff, then I think that would have been like their Pokemon.
So there you go.
Okay.
Interesting series. I might look into this.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I might need to try this. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I tried Cyber Sleuth. That game's fun.
That's a fun game.
Yeah.
Oh, but
when I was picking up a Vita initially, like when I have one or when I first got one, obviously I got Persona 4 Golden, but I was thinking, like, I was looking into games, which ones I wanted to pick up now before shit got expensive, because I already knew when I picked up a Vita, it was already expensive to collect.
Poor East.
I only have like 13 games for my Vita overall. So I was looking at the forums and like talking to people, and people would tell me, "Oh yeah, Digimon, Cyber Sleuth, do it." And I'm like, sure. And then I tried out the demo that was on Vita, and it was good. I just never picked it up on Vita. Now there's a Switch version with both of them on it, and I'm like, that's the one.
That's the one right there. Oh,
and then you like Survive, right?
Yeah, Survive is good.
Nice.
Like if I was trying to play World and stuff like that now, it'd probably be easier than it was when I was a kid.
Probably, yeah.
And of course, like I'm trying to think of, were there any other RPGs I tried to play as a kid? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's 3 like main bread and butter ones I'd like to bring up if you want to get into turn-based RPGs.
Yeah, that was the topic at hand.
Easy ones. Obviously.
Sorry.
Well, no. Pokemon is a very, very easy series. It doesn't matter which one; they're all pretty simple. I would.
He does, but not in that kind of way.
If you want a RPG with more interactive features like turn-based, I definitely recommend any of the Mario and Luigi games.
Okay.
Or Paper Mario or 64, Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. Or Super Mario RPG. Anything. So the real turn-based ones. The real turn-based like Mario RPG games. Those are all very easy to understand, easy to learn ones. And then the third one is a wild card, but if you really want to, and it is considered an easy game for a reason.
Yokai Watch? Sorry.
No. It's on Super Nintendo. Is
incredibly popular in Japan.
Yeah, I know. Their number 4's on. We never got it.
I take it you're a fan?
I wouldn't say I'm a fan. I have 1 and 2. Well, I have 1, and then I have a version of 2. Because there's like 3 of them. But it's on Super Nintendo. It was released for America specifically. And then when they released it in Japan, it was under the USA banner. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest.
That's very specific.
That game is stupid easy. It's purposely made because they thought Americans couldn't handle an RPG.
They thought we was too stupid.
Yeah.
So we press A to win?
But the soundtrack, my God, slaps.
Which one was that? Mystic something?
Yeah, it's Final Fantasy Mystic Quest.
Got it.
In Japan, it's called Final Fantasy USA.
And also, quick pause. Justin, Judy wants to know how you celebrate Chinese New Year.
I observe it, like, in the literal sense. Like, my mom does everything.
He said he observes it, and his mom does everything. He said,
Damn.
Hey, I gotta give it up to my folks. They didn't really try to impose any type of like traditions unless we have to go to the temple. Then I have to actually do stuff.
You're like, yeah, God, now I gotta be the good boy.
Oh.
He doesn't really do like the traditional stuff, but if they're going to temple, then he does that. Okay, now she's nodding like, okay.
Damn, was I being judged?
I think a little bit.
Just a little bit. Like, are you really Asian? I was like, last time I checked.
I sensed that. I was like, are you judging my boy right now?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
She said, I'm judging. She said, I'm not judging. But
okay, go on.
RPG, or isn't like Chrono Trigger? Was that hard, or is that like a easy RPG? It seems like it would be a really hard RPG.
I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's not hard to get into.
Yeah, I think
it eases you into the mechanics for sure.
Mm-hmm. I think I tried doing it for a little bit. I don't remember exactly how the mechanics work, but I remember I just got lost fairly early in the game after getting the frog dude.
Chrono Trigger is the very famous RPG, obviously art by Akira Toriyama.
Right.
And music from what the hell is his name? Nobuo Uematsu. Wait, is it? No, wait, it's not Nobuo Uematsu. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Either way, the mechanics is that as soon as you want to start a battle, there's no random encounters. You see the enemies on screen. As soon as you walk up, you go into battle. There's no transition. There's no nothing.
That was really cool.
Everything feels seamless, like you just go. Mark, if you want I know he's on mute, but I'm sure he can hear me.
Yeah.
If he wants a good reference, go to Game Pass. There's a game recently that came out. I highly recommend this game, Chained Echoes. Play that.
Chain Echoes.
That is very heavily inspired by Chrono Trigger, and you can get a general gist of what Chrono Trigger plays like.
Mm.
I still say I think
To an extent,
there is definitely a market for a Final Fantasy VII remake style Chrono Trigger.
No.
I said there's a market for it.
If you're gonna remake Chrono Trigger, I want it in HD 2D. I don't really.
Dude, you don't want to try to like mess with that formula at all, really?
No.
Gotcha.
If you're gonna remake Chrono Trigger, I want it in the HD 2D format, like Live Alive, Octopath Traveler, Triangle Strategy, those games.
Yeah, I think that's
one.
Exactly.
You know, it's a wild thing. I think one of the wildest things I've ever seen for version exclusives is the old Naruto games, because they legit made a different game, one for 360 and one for PS3.
Oh yeah, they did.
Well, that's not version exclusives.
It was definitely their take on like different Naruto games, for sure.
Yeah,
They actually released it around the exact same time. They just released for different consoles, and they're different titles entirely.
Ultimate Ninja and Ultimate Ninja Storm and the open world one, right?
Rise of a Ninja, and which had only a sequel.
It's not called Rise of the Ninja. Give me a minute.
No, it really was. Don't get me. I was really looking forward to that one.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, holy shit. The one published by Ubisoft.
Let's
right?
go. Yeah.
Ubisoft. Whoa. You got me.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that kind of series.
I'm a fake fan.
You're a fake fan. Don't worry. You still hold the Nintendo title.
That's right. I'll take it.
Except for Fire Emblem.
I remember seeing that they released a version. Like, they basically just took that generation of games. They just decided, hey, what if we just make 2 separate games and give them one to Xbox and one to PlayStation?
Well, Mark, I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself. Ultimate Ninja Storm was also on 360.
Well, later on.
Storm was.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that like it started with Ultimate Ninja like way back on PlayStation 2, and they just kept like refining it, and then Ultimate Ninja Storm was kind of like another take on that in like the 3D plane. Obviously Ubisoft had its own thing with Xbox because they're buddy with them. And that's where that's what happened with Rise of a Ninja and then Broken Bond afterwards. But then eventually Ultimate Ninja Storm like combined together to both like platforms. And now
but it
Switch.
wasn't always that way.
Wasn't always.
He Mark got me for a minute. We're both wrong. I mean, you're right in the sense that Ultimate Ninja Storm 1 was PS3 exclusive. Yes. The
Storm
second
1,
game was multi-platform.
Yeah, Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. And then, Beyond.
I actually did not like the Storm games, so.
Damn.
Oh,
I was not a fan of them. I was not a fan of the Storm games. Again, this is a boomer in me, I guess, talking. I'm not even that old. I'm only 28, but I really, really love Ultimate Ninja, like the PS2 ones.
Yeah? Okay.
I love those games. Like, I have all 3 of them back here. I think I'm missing 4 Shippuden.
Was there a Shippuden one?
There is an Ultimate Ninja 4 Shippuden.
Yeah, there was. I remember that they had these cool like CGI sequences when you do the jutsu stuff. I was like, that's sick. And then of course Ninja Storm showed up. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I am missing those. I kind of should go back and collect the Storm games.
Because they're at least like, I think Ultimate Ninja 4? I know that one.
Yeah, and then that one has the Road to Boruto expansion, right?
No, I'm talking about just Ultimate Ninja.
Yeah, Ultimate Ninja. It's called Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja 4.
Did it have Road to Boruto? I don't think so because
No.
Yeah,
Storm 4
Storm.
has all the Road to.
Yeah, because like Ultimate Ninja 4 didn't even have like Boruto in conception.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do have
okay.
1 to
And
3.
Shinobi Strikers is still going.
It's still going. Who would have thought?
DLC is keeping that game alive.
I was gonna say this brings up to another really fun Naruto series that I do own as well, and I love that series. Naruto Clash of Ninja, baby.
That was the actual 2D, like to almost like 2.5
I was gonna say,
D.
like kind of like Tekken, yeah, like 3D fighting game, but
it's legit the game that some the people have taken to the PC, and they are legit making a fighting community out of it.
It's kind of cool.
It was a fighting game community back on the Wii.
Yeah, now they're using it. Now they're using it like for it on the PC.
I remember like everyone in my friend circle, we played the fuck out of that game. Like, it was we would unlock all the characters as much as we could, because in 3 it's hard to unlock all the characters, but we got everybody, and we would just play for hours and hours, dude. That game is so good. Those games, the GameCube had 2, which is Clash of Ninja 1 and 2,
and
then the
Wii
had 3. The Wii has 3 games. There's 5 games total, but the Wii has 3. It's Clash of Ninja Revolution 1, 2, and 3. 3 being Shippuden.
Yeah, okay. I
have them chilling. I have them all chilling right here on the shelf. I love them.
Can you verify if there was one that wasn't localized over here? It was one. Yeah, because there was one where like Naruto has like one of his more recent forms. Well, I wouldn't say recent nowadays, but like it was his Sage mode.
He had his Baryon form in that game.
Well, like I think Sage mode was the one that I've seen, and I've never seen it localized because at that point, like they weren't doing well over here. I could think.
That's actually
Naruto did fantastic over here.
That's actually not true, because doing well is an interesting way to say it, because Clash of Ninja, those games sold extremely well for Wii. At least 1 and 2 did. Like if they were considered, you got to remember that I think 1 came out before Brawl.
Oh, okay.
And so it was considered the best fighting game on the Wii.
Fair enough.
And then once Brawl came out, obviously nothing was going to touch Brawl except for one game, and that would be Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
Oh, okay.
But I'm looking it up. We have
Final Fantasy USA.
Actually, we have a couple of games that never got released for GameCube. There's the 2. I'm talking about Clash of Ninja. There's 2 Clash of Ninjas. 3 and 4 never got released here.
Yeah, okay.
But we got 1 and 2. We got all 3 of the Revolution games. Those did come over.
And
then we never got the Japan exclusive Wii series, the EX versions. We never got those.
Yeah, the EX, okay.
That's unfortunate. We never got those. To me, those were like top tier anime fighting games. Like you would not, like for me, like Clash of Ninja, it was like for PS2 era, it was like Ultimate Ninja and Budokai. Those were like top tier to me. And then you went to the Wii, like PlayStation 3, 360 era. I always preferred Clash of Ninja Revolution more than I liked Storm, because Storm started the trend of
the
anime arena fighting, and I really don't care about those games to an extent. Like I really don't care about those. But and then now my preferred anime based fighting game is Dragon Ball FighterZ. Like that is
okay.
That is the fighting game.
It's how all of them should go from now on.
Exactly. Like I need a My Hero game in that style, like now.
That would be
now.
A lot of people want that for many of their favorite series. They're like, we need a fighters for our series.
Yeah, we need the Arc System like treatment.
I need I actually underrated one is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle.
Oh yeah.
That's an underrated one. Game's great.
I played the demo. It's pretty fun.
I would pick it up soon because the PS3 game version goes for like money. But I'm gonna pick it up on PS5 and Switch because I want both versions.
Alright.
And also because I want a version that runs 60 frames, but I also like it on the go. So that's just me. But I remember playing that, and I was like, "Wait, you can combo in this game, and you can do like legit things. This game's sick." So that's a good one. I will give one biased. I do like an arena fighting game, and that is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure: Eyes of the Heaven.
Whoa.
I was just thinking any of the Tenkaichi games.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. The Tenkaichi games are fucking godlike too. But
I always say that's the golden age of arena fighters right there.
Yep. Oh, there. I don't know why I'm about to bring this up right now.
What was it?
It's a Zatch Bell Momoto battles.
Oh, wait. No, let him cook. Let him cook.
I mean, yeah, the Zatch Bell fighting games, yeah, they were very, very well received.
I got that one, and I have a One Piece Grand Battle. You ever played that?
Yeah, One Piece Grand Battle was great.
I love the art style for that one.
Oh my
But it does have
dude.
the 4 kids opening.
It does have the 4 kids opening.
That's why I won't touch it with a 10-inch pole.
I don't know why he hates that opening so much.
It's got 4 kids. It's got the 4 kids logo on the back of the box. Like,
listen, it's got Kaiba doing the monologue in the opening.
Like, I'm just sitting here wondering, like, because everyone I know loves that song, even for the meme or just because they like how the song sounds.
Oh,
and
it's
he's like,
terrible, but I love it.
It's so bad, it's great.
Yeah.
So funny. Man.
I never realized how many actual anime-based games I play compared to how much I watch. That's kind of crazy.
I didn't expect us to acknowledge all those like previous anime fighting games. I thought I was the one observing them and just not saying anything.
Well, it's funny because I like
a
lot of anime-based games. Like, I've been trying to look for a copy of Full Metal Alchemist for PS2, the one by Square Enix.
Oh yeah,
that's right. That was a game.
That they made 2. They made 2 of those.
That's interesting because isn't like there was talks about in some showcase here and there about Full Metal Alchemist having like a mobile game, but it was done by Square or maybe somebody else. I don't know.
Square. It's Square.
Honestly,
I was like, whoa, there's some history.
They've
the game
done.
To be on the eye out for to be on the lookout for right now is Codename Jump.
Oh my god.
If you're not familiar,
why are you laughing?
Because I'm like, I'll give it a shot, but I definitely want to see your guys' reaction to what I'm about to say.
Okay, all right, let's hear it.
Let me just pull out your webcams real quick. Okay, I see them now.
All right, let's hear the cook.
So, how would you feel about Jump Game?
Mm-hmm.
He's gone.
Oh, did you not hear me? I thought you heard me.
No, I was like, yo, homeboy said, how would you feel about a jump game? And then it stood silent. and I was like, well, this game sounds crazy.
I was in suspense.
How would you feel about a jump game that is a MOBA?
Oh, interesting. I'm painting a picture right now. That's interesting.
I'm shocked that it took them this long.
Honestly, it looks like in terms of I've watched some gameplay, and from what it looks like, immediately what my head thought of was Pokemon Unite.
Cool.
Oh yeah, okay.
So, like, it definitely looks like it's gonna be that classic MOBA style. We'll see if it's any good. It looks promising.
Pokemon Unite helped me understand MOBAs a little bit better, so I kind of want to try new MOBAs. So
they're pretty cool.
Like there is gameplay out there if you want to see. You should look up Codename Jump or Jump MOBA.
Nice.
Okay, I'll take a look.
But why don't we get a jump game that's like Dragon Ball Fighters? What are we doing?
I mean, I agree, but
why do we get crappy games like Jump Force?
It could have been so good.
It could have, but it wasn't.
I think it would have been. Everyone would have a much better opinion about it if they hadn't made all your characters have 1 health bar.
No, I could have been a better game if it had better mechanics.
I mean, here's the thing: was it a basic arena brawler? Yes.
Yes.
But fun, yes. But
I would rather play My Hero One's Justice.
Oh, okay, all right.
If you're gonna put the 2 in front of me, I would rather play One's Justice or One's Justice 2.
2 is a lot better.
Well, yeah, 2 is a lot better, but I'm just saying. You know what game I've always wanted? What anime fighting game I've always wanted to play, but I've never got to play it?
Bleach?
It's on the Wii. Yes, it's Bleach. Thank you.
Whoa.
I never got to play it.
You have no idea how many people have been asking for a new Bleach game.
Dude, there was one produced or developed by Sega, I think, and I never got to play it.
Sex. What?
Like there are people who've been asking for a Bleach Fighters.
Bleach Fighters. No, honestly, I remember seeing sharing something on TikTok about like an old school like Bleach game where like there wasn't combos, it was just button mashing like the slash button or whatever. It was really funny.
Maybe that's the one. I'm not sure. Have you guys played the Naruto games on DS?
No, I haven't, but I do know of them. Yeah,
those are sick, dude.
Oh damn, I must
dude.
miss out.
Well, is this the anime? Is this the anime game like podcast today?
I mean, I got through my subtopic, so.
Dude,
because
I'm having so many nostalgic like.
Yeah. I remember that there was a Naruto like GBA game, and I could have sworn that the DS kind of like was
those are also really good. Yeah, the DS games are sequels to those.
Got it.
Those are also very good.
I remember playing Legacy of Goku.
Oh, I was just about to bring that up, dude.
Legacy of Goku 2?
I have all three of those. Legacy of Goku, Legacy of Goku 2, and Boo's Fury.
Yeah.
Those are so good. Those I actually would go as far as to say Legacy of Goku 2 is a like must-have staple for Game Boy Advance.
Ooh.
That game is so good. And did you play the sequels that are in that style for DS?
I don't believe. I played Supersonic Warriors in the DS.
Ooh,
no.
Wait.
Dragon Ball Origins 1 and 2.
Dragon Ball Origins. Oh, is that the one with Kid Goku? Obviously.
Yeah.
I remember
those
that.
Are in the same style.
Origins. I played. Because here's the thing. I played that. However, I played that on the computer because like, you know when you're.
Yeah.
No, it's like legit. It was on a browser site.
Oh well, I was also gonna say Origins 1 is a little wonky because it's touchscreen only.
Mm-hmm.
But Origins 2? Oh damn, that game is good.
I guess with the I guess the aesthetics, the visual like quality of that was like really good because they went with a certain art style for like those games. Correct me if I'm wrong about that.
You know what? I have to try it out, and I haven't tried it out yet. Now that we're on the subject of anime games, I have not tried out One Piece Odyssey yet. I know the demo's up.
Oh yeah,
it's been getting really good reviews.
I know, and I want to pick it up. It looks super good.
Oh my
God. I haven't heard Anaya say anything much about it.
Yeah, he might be working on that in the background.
I'm hearing it's a good beginner RPG.
Yeah, I've heard it's like don't go in there expecting super complicated stuff, but imagine a fun RPG. Be like, this is good.
That's good. I mean, you know, the developer is Ilka.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So this is their second game after doing Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl.
Ooh, okay.
And they're like, imagine when you're as a studio, you could say the first two big games you've really done are Pokemon and One Piece. That's a big.
Those are big franchises, man.
It's like imagine just starting out as a studio and you get those two things off cuff. It's like no.
Yup.
Okay.
Yup.
I was doing some searching and I realized that for as far as Naruto, there were DS games that were kind of like Clash of the Ninja style. It's called Naruto Ninja Destiny.
Oh, those are the ones. Hell yeah.
That was really pushing like the DS.
Yo.
If you go back and you look at anime games on PlayStation 2, I didn't realize just how many there were.
Actually, you should really go back and rephrase that. You should say how many were bangers because, like, literally, there are so many good anime games on PS2 that were like, they're like some of the best games on the PS2.
It's like when you said there was a Full Metal Alchemist game, I was like, oh yeah, there was.
That one's not like I wouldn't say that the Full Metal Alchemist games are best games, but like they're still good. But I would say like the Ultimate Ninja Trilogy,
North Star game.
Yeah, the Fist of the North Star game, dude. Holy shit!
Oh yeah, okay.
Yo, that's a good one too. I was gonna say there's that. All of the Budokais are good. I don't know why we would debate that.
Oh yeah, that's true. True.
Do you know about the unofficial Budokai 4 Infinite World?
I know Infinite World. I've heard of it.
Yeah,
I never played it, but I do know of it.
It's considered Budokai 4 because it's in the same style.
Okay.
Same style.
Yeah, but have you played Budokai Tag? Budokai Tag?
On the PSP?
Yes.
I've always seen it. I'd never touched it.
Fun version of the game. It's literally just Budokai, but with the tag system like Tekken Tag.
Yep.
It's great. And then
there's
oh god.
I will say this.
Hmm.
I have yet to see. I mean, honestly, there's some anime games that I played back then. It's like you don't see many like them anymore. It's like, take for example, a game I'll always stand by on GameCube was it was let me get the actual title. Hold on.
He's gonna hit me with a banger right now, and I'm not ready. Dude, this is so crazy. I'm getting so much nostalgia right now.
Zoids Battle Legends.
Zoids!
Battle Legends was like an amazing GameCube game.
Holy shit, my fucking heart. You said Zoids.
Zoids Battle Legends. It's like I played the shit out of that game on the GameCube.
Oh my god, I'm gonna hit you with another random one. On Game Boy Advance, there are a pair of games. It's like which version you want to play. Like Pokemon, they're obviously jumping on the Pokemon hype train, but it's a Metabots.
Oh!
What the fuck was that, Mark?
Oh, is what I heard.
Those games were sick, dude. Those were sick games.
Sick.
I
still say I think Beyblade games peaked at their GameCube game.
Maybe, yeah. I'm really sad the recent Beyblade game for Switch was bad because the thing is, it's developed by WayForward.
I think it was like because the new one isn't the new one also like for the Switch? I think the latest one is like Japanese exclusive.
No, there was a Switch one, and it is developed by WayForward. So I was like, yo, WayForward literally, like, WayForward's that weird company where if you can buy a third-party random shovelware looking game, but if it says WayForward on the box, it might actually be really good.
Beyblade V-Force Super Tournament Battle. That is the game from the GameCube.
Oh, nice. No, but the Switch one was not good. Is what I'm trying to say.
Wasn't that called like Burst?
It was bad.
Dude, do you know Japan has a fighting game?
Wait a minute. I got my franchises mixed up. I'm thinking of Bakuman.
Bakuman?
It's Bakugan. I'm sorry.
Bakugan.
Yeah. I was thinking of the wrong franchise. So you're right. I don't know how long it's been since Beyblade.
It was I'm trying to think. Because I just know I know that there was also there was like I looked up in Japan they had a Zoids fighting game like a traditional fighting game for Zoids. I was like, that's sick.
Yeah, man, crazy. There's like you can even go as far as back into like NES territory. Dude, like I'm trying to remember, there was a Dragon Ball game on there. Nobody actually likes it, but
it was a GT game that was back at like PlayStation 1 or NES. I was like, damn.
Oh my god. Yeah. There was the 2D fighting game on PS1, right? That was kind of like Budokai, but it was like a precursor to Budokai. But it wasn't good. So. It's very unbalanced. It was very not good.
I bought the HD collection for Budokai when it came out on 360.
Oh, nice. I actually have never picked up that HD collection. I just have my OG games.
Oh, I 100%ed that game. I got every single achievement for it.
I am a little sad that collection skips out on 2. I know people don't really like 2, but
2's good. It's like I didn't personally play 2, but I do know that from friends who are huge fans of it, they've told me that it has a really good thing about it with like the chessboard movement and stuff like that.
Board game story mode, yeah. I was also gonna say it has Goku, so you know.
Goku, and don't forget Tiencha.
Oh my god, yeah, I forgot about that.
My hair is just around the back.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, what a tangent we've been on. It's just been I love it. I love anime.
If you want to see some funny ass fusions, you got to play Dragon Ball Fusions.
Yo, I heard
it's
that
baked
game is
into the
really
game.
Good.
Oh yeah, I still need to play it. I'll play it through means of
have you seen the price on that game recently? Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, but it's
for 3DS, right?
Yeah, there are some fire fusions that people make in that game, but there are some that are just straight up hilarious.
Oh, It's like $100.
Uh-oh.
One of the funniest ones I've seen.
You good?
Has to be Rappa.
Rappa! Yeah. I remember you telling me about that.
There's one version of Reddit's and Nappa Fusion that's like not hilarious looking. And then there's one that is absolutely hilarious looking. Like, look at this and wait, hold on. Look at this and try to keep a straight face.
Oh, hold on. Let me go pull up chat. Yeah.
He's laughing. Oh.
It's just Nappa with very
It
beautiful
looks
locks.
like he's wearing a Reddit's cosplay wig.
Oh my god. Oh damn, I didn't realize Dragon Ball Origins is going up in price.
I noticed that too. I was just reminded of this is kind of further in the generations. Burst Limit Dragon Ball.
Burst Limit was really good.
Yeah, it looked really cool. There was a lot of
I wasn't a fan of it, but
there was a lot of motion blur. I could see it. I remember that.
For the first next gen Dragon Ball game, visually it was very impressive.
Visually, sure. Gameplay sucked. And that seems to be a trend with anime arena games, in my opinion. So they always visually look good. They just never get to play right. But I guess that's also me. That's also me going like, well, I like Street Fighter. You know, I like fighting games with like combos and depth. So like, I guess that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a middle ground for that.
Well, yeah.
Exactly. You see what I mean? She knows.
She got it. She knows what's up.
Well, she knows.
She knows.
You got any pickups, Justin? Recently?
Aside from Fire Emblem, no, actually.
Nice. I pulled out my like 4 pickups.
Okay, gotcha.
They're all Switch games, obviously. That no one's surprised there. But they're both deliveries. I got a delivery from Limited Run and I got a delivery from Premium Edition. So let's do Premium Edition because I like these cases. Let's do this one first.
Okay.
I got this game. It's called Wonderling DX.
Okay.
It's a reversed platformer.
Reverse platformer.
Yeah, you play as a Wonderling, which is the equivalent to a Goomba.
What, the Lemmings?
No, you literally play as a Goomba. Like think Mario, but you're the Goomba.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and it's like a puzzle platformer where you're trying to stop the Mario type character.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a very interesting game, and it has this really cool box art with the sleeve, the NES sleeve that Premium Edition's always known for. So it's got this, and then it's got the actual box art, which is that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's got the instruction booklet, the inside reverse art, a dog tag.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's got all this really cool stuff. And it's got a challenge card for the challenge patches, which I need to still do. So I can add those to this library. But I got that in, and then I got the other game from them from this series. This one's kind of interesting. I feel like this is kind of like this isn't a Naya game, but
okay.
It's called Rain on Your Parade.
Oh, I've seen that around. Okay.
Yeah. Look how shiny that fucking case is. But this is the outside box, obviously. But this is I would compare it to something like Katamari Damacy. Where it's like essentially you're literally a cloud and you're just ruining people's days.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, you're just shitting on their day, like completely ruining it. And it's puzzle based though, so you have to do it in a certain order. Like it's not just do this and that. That's what I'm saying. It's like Katamari. The more you build on the ball, the bigger it gets. I think Mark just dipped out.
Okay, don't worry. Put that over there.
But same thing. Cover art.
The
actual cover art. The sleeve.
The sleeve.
Sleeve is a lot more colorful than the other one. That's really cool. And then You got the inside with the dog tag and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's really cool. I'm very excited to try out Rain on Your Parade. I heard really good things about it, and this version has all the DLC as well. So, and then my order from Limited Run. I'll start with this one first. I have more interesting things to say about the other one. This is a game that you and I were talking about on the Bayonetta stream when I did it. By the way, I finished Bayonetta 3. That's fun. I guess I'll talk about that after. But
yeah.
We were talking about, is there any other Platinum games I haven't played yet or I'd like to own?
Oh yeah.
And I said, well, there's one I have, but it's not here yet, and it finally came, and that is for the Switch, Soul Cresta.
Oh, okay.
This is a Platinum game. It's a shoot 'em up. It's part of a series of very, very old shooters. You probably would have never heard of them. Terra Cresta, Moon Cresta. Yeah, they're the Cresta series. So this makes Soul Cresta. So this is the trilogy.
Okay.
It's a very old series. I actually have them downloaded on Switch because they're arcade archives. And yeah, I heard it was pretty all right. It's pretty tough.
Oh.
It's a very, very tough kind of game, but I'm willing to try it. And it's Platinum, so I was gonna buy it anyways. But yeah, it's a shooter, and shooters go for big money later in the future. So
yeah.
And then this one is from one of my more modern favorite developers, and I call them developers, but they port a lot of interesting kind of games to Switch, and they do it well. And this is Shadow Man Remastered.
Shadow Man.
If you have never heard of this game, it's based on a comic of the same name, obviously. It was released for the Nintendo 64, the PS1, and the Sega Dreamcast and PC. It's essentially a third-person action game. Think like Tomb Raider or Zelda. But it's like really dark. It's got that. It's by the same team who did Turok. So this is a remaster by Night Dive, who, if you don't know if they've done recently, where do I start? Turok 1 and 2, they did Doom 64, they did Quake, they did trying to remember the other they just recently did Power Slave. That's another good first-person shooter. This is like in that style. So this is a remaster of an N64 game, because that's how I know it. And it's kind of crazy to think they remastered this game out of all games. It's not a bad game at all. It's a really fun and interesting game. I think it's tough, but I'm really excited to just kind of play through it.
Got you.
Yeah, that's all I got. I only got really just deliveries recently. Nothing really crazy. I haven't been able to buy myself new games. I do have one import on the way, but I'll save that for another podcast.
I was just going to look at like what I was still missing. I think not Blast Semester. It was Gunvolt 3 I'm still waiting on. And whatever I got bundled in with that.
So my Gunvolt 3, I think we talked about my Gunvolt 3 bundle. It's like 5 games. So I have to wait a little bit. However, 4 of them are ready to go. I'm just waiting on Gunvolt.
Oh yeah.
So once Gunvolt's ready, I'll get that big ass package. I think that package has my Contra Anniversary Collection. So that one I'm excited for. It has the Boy and His Blob remake by WayForward. It has KO the Kangaroo. It's got a really interesting 3D platformer called Super Sammy Roll. And then obviously Contra, and then it's got obviously Gunvolt 3. So that package is going to be sick when it comes in. But I think the next package that's going to ship out for me is my one that includes Demon's Turf. Demon Turf, which is a really cool 3D platformer. I actually streamed the small standalone game of it. It's that one with it's like 2D, but it's a 3D platformer.
2D but 3D platformer.
It was like
kind of like a Paper Mario type of thing, or is that what you mean? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Bug.
I streamed it when it came out. It was the standalone, like download only game. Demon Turf Splash something. I forgot what it's called.
Right, Demon Turf. Okay.
Neon Splash or something like that. I streamed that. So the actual Demon's Turf is coming through right now.
Oh, okay.
That one, and then I had with that bundle, it's a game called, oh god, is it Gotcha Protectors, Card of Darkness.
Hmm.
And I don't know anything about that game, but I bought it because it is under it's developed by Ancient.
Hmm.
And I was like, Ancient? They still make games? What the fuck? So I had to buy it. If you don't know what Ancient has developed, they made Streets of Rage, Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3.
Oh.
They made Beyond Oasis.
Oh.
They made the Revenge of Shinobi.
Okay.
They made a lot of games that are like top tier. So I was like, oh, you got me. And plus Yuzo Koshiro soundtrack, that's it. That's all I had to tell me. So there's that. I don't know what else. I don't know what else. I mean, I did import something, but it doesn't matter if I talk about it or not. I got I'm still a little salty about Pixel remasters. So I told myself, you know what? These specific games are not getting a physical copy in the West. I think I should just bite the bullet and get them through PlayAsia. So I got the Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII remastered bundle.
Got you.
For the Nintendo Switch. It's the original games, so. And I have them downloaded, so when they come in, I can uninstall them and play them off the cart.
Right. I had a little bit of news incoming as far as games released this year. We were talking, I think myself and Mark, about games releasing this year to look forward to. One of them was the Telluride 3. It got delayed for a month.
It did.
To March.
And I think so here's the thing. I'm glad it got delayed because the release date for Ryza 3 was going to be bad. It was like right next to like Octopath Traveler 2 and Kirby's Return to Dreamland, and there's a lot of games in that time frame. So I get it. What I'm not happy about is they got delayed into another bad time frame next to Bayonetta Origins and Trails to Azure.
Yes, yeah.
Azure, yeah. So it's like, ooh.
It's a pretty tight window this first quarter.
There's a lot of games this first quarter. But Ryza 3 looks sick, dude. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We will see what
because my actual big pickup I'm gonna do is Theater Rhythm. Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line. I love that game, so I gotta do it. I am a fucking fiend for those games, and also just because I'm a big rhythm game fan, and I haven't played a rhythm game in a long time, and I've been really, really wanting to. And then I was like, man, but I kind of wish I had something like Theater Rhythm on Switch, and then they did it. So I was like, oh well, damn, my prayers have been answered. I'm gonna play the hell out of that game. And if you don't think I'm gonna repeat the music from 15. You're lying to yourself. Other than that, I beat Bayonetta 3. It was good.
You finally finished that marathon.
I did it. It was I think 3's good. I think 3's a 10 out of 10 game, but I'm not sure if I like it as much as I do 1 or 2. The exploration is a little too much. Like it's unnecessary for that style of game.
Okay.
And like it's a lot more open-ended, and it's like I just kind of want to get to the action. But that ending was literally worth it. I was in fucking tears. I was in shock. I was in tears. I don't know what came over me. My prediction about a certain character was real. It was true. I got that character right. I just didn't know what they would do with it. I don't know. I'm not trying to talk about spoilers, but
okay.
I mean, I can, but I don't want to.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. It was great, and then I also got to try the Bayonetta Origins teaser. and it's a teaser, all right. They didn't even let me do combat, but
Oh wow, okay.
it's no combat. It's just
What, you just like walk around and like that's kind of it?
Yep.
Okay.
It's to show off the visuals, and you know what? That game looks gorgeous for a Switch game. I was like, yo.
Okay.
I'm excited, but they didn't let me do combat, so I really wanted to see how that would play out. But I'm still excited to play Bayonetta Origins. Just know that the future of the franchise is great. I can't wait.
Okay.
Platinum. I know it was a long time to get to 3, but don't let it be that long next time.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
I guess Nintendo had to also do something on their end to kind of greenlight that.
Yeah. That's true. It is funded by Nintendo, so. I am a little disappointed there's no Nintendo references in the game.
Not at all. Not even like weapons or anything.
I thought I would get something for beating the game, and it didn't. And I'm like, that's kind of sucky. That's kind of sucky because, like, one, the references were minimal. It was just the costumes, but 2 had the chain chomp as your weapon. It had the Star Fox thing where if you wore like her fox outfit and you played that one specific mission at the end where you're on the ship, it turns into an R-Wing and you literally play Star Fox.
Okay.
Like, that's so cool. But yeah, great game. 10 out of 10 still. There's literally not a single bad Bayonetta game. But I still think number 1 is my favorite. I think I was talking to Anaya about it last night on chat, but Bayonetta 1 is my favorite game because of the story and how unique it is. I think 2 has the better gameplay. Like 2 feels better to play. But man, that story is weak as hell compared to number 1. And honestly, nothing was gonna beat the Jubileus fight. So it just wasn't. I like to compare Bayonetta 1 to Mario 3. Like, for instance, Mario 3 and Mario World, right?
Yeah.
Mario World plays better than 3. For sure. But I feel like 3 is more unique with its power-up system and its variety of levels and level design. So, that's just me.
That's fair.
Yeah. I don't really have anything else.
I'm trying to think of something else as well. I think that's pretty much it for me. I just went over myself like really quickly. I guess I could go into detail about it. I talked about like the TCG stuff. I'm a big sucker for like illustration stuff, especially when you're used to like the cards being like these little tiny rectangles and all the other text is down below it. Now they have like a lot of full art stuff to that. So anyone who may be new to it or just like Pokemon in general, I can actually recommend it just to give it a try. Be careful, it's a money sink. So I mean, like once you go in, you'll never like pop out unless you like to just leave things unfinished.
Once you're in, you're never out.
That's kind of how I'm feeling about Vampire Survivors. I'm not sure if this is a spoiler or anything, but like
all it takes is one hit.
Yeah, like I got to the point where in Vampire Survivors where like I actually went through and did like a decent amount of stuff. I know there's like a definitive end where like credits will roll, but I got to the point where like I overcame the 30 minutes, and it was. I did it with the dog. That was the best part. But it was actually really, really good. So again, that's a Game Pass one that's also free on iOS, like with minimal ads, like of your choosing. You don't have to watch ads if you don't want to. I'm actually curious about the iOS version, so I might jump into that. But otherwise, yeah, no, Game Pass. Otherwise, it's great. Like it's interesting because it does take a whole art style like the old 8-bit like stuff, and they really just like hammer down on that one. So it's not really like intensive that way. What's really intensive about it is just the sheer like crowds of enemies, but it hits you like a casino slot machine would. Like they have you pretty much like stuck with that, and like they give you instant rewards for like just going through it, and it makes you go through the loop over and over and over again, which is interesting because like this game doesn't really have like a narrative to it. It's really, as I guess like Video Games has put it, it's just like it's like Hades without like the extra fluff. The presentation's like lacked like from this one. It's just the raw gameplay, and you got like 40 other characters to unlock. That's it. There was also so there was like TCG. I talked about like Vampire Survivors just for a little bit. I still gotta go through like a bunch of other games in my catalog. Right now, what I'm currently going through, especially to prep for like Fire Emblem, like someone in the back there, Fire Emblem, is Trails in the Sky, which holds up exceptionally well as far as like the writing and the dialogue and everything. So now that I've played 50 hours of Trails in the Sky, I can happily recommend that to people. As far as the story, the combat's kind of interesting. It may not have too much depth to it, or even that much of a need for it, but just pay attention to like all the things they have like around you, and I think you'll get a lot of you get a lot of benefits for just following what they're asking you to do. So 100% recommend Trails of the Sky at this point, and I'm looking forward to the other games as well. But I will be jumping into Fire Emblem, which I'm very much so looking forward to. We talked about earlier. I'm also in agreement with Phil. I like the fact that the story, like if it's linear, it like lets me focus on like other things instead of like, am I doing the right thing here? Because I'm wondering like if I should have done that or done this. It's like, nah, it's just one specific thing. Also, the character has more character to them than, Three Houses. You're not some silent protagonist, has memory loss. I mean, you still have memory loss, but you at least have like some like thing of emotion that drives you, makes you a likable, relatable, or even maybe a dislikable character, and not just like a hollowed out person that you just end up putting yourself into. Which, I mean, I guess like for the sake of Three Houses really lets you kind of like navigate it in a way that like emotionally fulfills you, but with like at the very least like you can follow like a certain character in there, because I think that doesn't have to be like the path that you have to choose for Fire Emblem as a franchise, because they've had characters in the past like Marth and etc. They're their own driving characters, whether you like them or not, but it just feels a little bit more well lived in as a world than just you being self-inserted and not having any idea who you are until like the player defines that. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say about Fire Emblem. I'm looking forward to it. I love the colors. I love what they're doing with it. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Phil, I see you.
Sorry, my wife was calling.
Okay.
She's just not out of town. She just found a deal.
Oh?
So for quick context, I can't say too much about it, but
Okay.
her friend lives in an army base.
Okay.
And at their store they have discounts on stuff.
Oh.
And she just got she literally was asking for a specific one that I didn't have. And so I think she's about to pick up the other two Splatoon amiibos I didn't get. The Octoling Boy and the Spa Fry.
Are you talking about this guy, or are we talking about another one?
No, not that one. You have that one? I was asking if they had this one. No, it's not there.
This is one of those that like I only saw the one at Best Buy, so I was like, this is Destiny calling. It's telling me to like go pick this one up.
I'm missing that. That's from the Splatoon 2 set.
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing that one, and I'm missing Inkling Girl from that set.
Oh, okay.
I'm missing those specific two, but no, she's talking about Small Fry and Octoling Boy from the Splatoon 3 set.
Ah, okay.
They only have one each left. I think they're only like $10 on base. So she was like, "Do you want them?" And I was like,
"Yes."
So I think there you go. I got another pickup. Actually, I guess since we're on that, I forgot about my Sephiroth and Kazuya amiibos. They're just chilling up there.
Yeah. It's kind of hard
to get them down, but
yeah, it's one. Yeah, you have to get them down, and you've like, I mean, I've seen it like myself. Like, it's a whole array of all the amiibos lined up. The problem is that it's placed so high up.
They look good though.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I had to squish them in a little bit because when I put both Sephiroth and Kazuya, I was like, "Oh my god, there's no room for Pyramithra."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I made room now for them. I put Kazuya closer to Sephiroth for now until I can get Pyramithra because it just looks dumb if Kazuya's just by himself on the right. Because Kazuya is not the character that comes after Sephiroth. It's supposed to be Pyramithra.
Yeah.
So once I get those, I'll adjust it accordingly.
Yeah.
But it just looks funny. Like I see Steve and Alex, and then I just see Sephiroth, and I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at?
What is it?
Like, what is this?
Yeah.
And then you got me a gift recently.
Yes.
I don't think I actually got to show it off on stream, but here we go. You got me Inkling Girl from Splatoon 3. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So that's a sick amiibo, dude.
I really like that one too.
I do like this amiibo a lot. Just gonna show right here.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't typically collect too many amiibos anymore. I try to hold back.
Yeah.
Because there was a time where I was camping out for amiibos, and that's just not.
That's just not healthy.
It's not.
I'm thinking about the Fire Emblem amiibos. I think there's getting like some restocks here and there, but I was like, yeah.
I'm missing 2 from that line. I'm missing the Crom and Tiki ones.
Crom was like there for Best Buy for a long time, and I just was like, I was in a point where I wasn't thinking about it.
I ended up getting Alm and Celica.
Oh wow! Yeah, I do remember that.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm just thinking about when I got those. Yeah, I went and picked up Shadows of Valencia, the 2 amiibos, and then I went to Nolan's going away party. I had them in my bag.
Gotcha.
Crazy. That was so long ago.
Man, I wish I had my hands on those ones.
They were out of pre-order. I barely got like one of them. Because I wasn't even sure if I was going to pick them up that day. I didn't have the money, but I ended up coming up on money, and I was like, yo, I need those. This is when I was like, I'll pick up any amiibo. I don't care what it is.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Nowadays, I have definitely chilled out on that.
Yeah. Amiibos are still definitely like back in the Wii U era, like where it was like really hot, and now it's a lot more of like a minimal like application, like its own little tiny DLC thing.
You don't really even use them. Even them selling Sephiroth and Kazuya, you're not going to use those. Like,
yeah, unless
there's literally no game that supports them.
That's true. Like it's only Smash Brothers, and going forward, like I mean they might, but like it'll only be for like a small audience of those who actually picked up like those amiibos.
Yeah,
because otherwise, like I don't think amiibos are that much more prominent anymore. It really was. Yeah.
No, unfortunately, it's not. Like, it's like all the random crazy third-party characters. Those are so unnecessary because they don't do anything. For the most part, they don't do anything. I would say, at the very least, the Nintendo ones have some use. Like, for instance, like Mario Maker on Wii U.
Oh,
is a pretty Yoshi's not Crafted World. Yoshi's Woolly World also has like really cool skins for all the Yoshis that you can use based on the characters.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Bayonetta 2 for Switch. If you pop up Bayo, like I think it's Bayonetta 2 Bayonetta. If you put her on, you get the Chain Chomp weapon immediately. Which I know is like, oh, why would you want to just do that when you can unlock it? Try unlocking the Chain Chomp weapon in that game. It's hard. It's like having to play the game through in a hard mode and some other things, and you don't even get hard mode until you beat normal. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah,
that's a tough one. The only thing that sucks is you don't get to hear the gold record playing, because you know how like the weapons are on record vinyls on Bayonetta 1 and 2. Well, the song for the Chain Chomp is Mario 64. But so you don't get to hear that because you just immediately unlocks it. But I mean, compromise.
Yeah.
And then like, I'm trying to think of another game where they're used prominently. Splatoon. The Splatoon ones are cool to get new costumes and stuff.
That's fair. I was gonna say, well, I mean, first party ones. That's actually kind of hard. Maybe like if you're playing Skyward Sword, maybe, right? Like you need the one time, right, just to unlock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just that.
But then there's
Go
I was gonna say the only third party games I can think of that use them. There's like 4. I'm thinking Shovel Knight does
Oh yeah, it
for
does.
Switch, Wii U, and 3DS. They do use them because they
Yeah.
have their own set of amiibos, which is really cool. I have those.
Yay.
And then Dark Souls Remastered for Switch uses it.
Oh my god, you're right.
There's
Totally
the
forgot.
Praise the Sun. Yeah.
Praise the Sun. Was there another one?
I don't even have that amiibo. I wish I did, but I never got around to getting them.
Was that the only amiibo from?
That was the only one.
Wow. Okay.
That was the only one. But yeah, that one is used. There's the Mega Man 11 support.
Yeah.
Where you unlock like specific challenges with the Mega Man 11 amiibo, and then vice versa if you use it for originally on 3DS, the Mega Man Legacy Collection 1, you use the Mega Man amiibo and you would unlock specific special challenges only for that version. They carry that over into the Switch version.
Okay.
So if you use the Mega Man amiibo on the Switch version, you'll unlock those specific missions.
Got it.
And then I just thought of one right now. Go ahead.
It's Monster Hunter, actually.
Oh wow, yeah,
That's
right.
actually a pretty decent one as far as like pulling out like raffle tickets for like extra items.
Yep.
So it's a daily
and
one.
Monster Hunter Stories as well.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think they
Both Stories 1 has their own line in Japan, and then Stories 2 came out here.
Yeah, I think there's still one double. Yeah.
I only have the Rothalos though.
Yeah, Rathalos is pretty good, dope. I see the other one.
I see the recent Sunbreak ones all the time. They're not rare. I see them all the time.
Yeah, I should probably get around to that.
Yeah. And then I have one that's random, and I know nobody remembers that this existed. Actually, I got 2 that are random. I have the amiibos that are also Skylanders.
Oh my god, yeah.
I have the Donkey Kong one. I need the Bowser, but I have Donkey Kong.
That's funny.
And he has a switch at the bottom. You switch him to Skylander mode or Amiibo mode.
That's
random.
Whoa.
That was wild. And then I also have the Diablo 3 one.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know why the Loot Goblin got his own amiibo, but he did. And it's wild, and he's chilling on one of those bricks behind me. That one's wild. For sure.
I think looking back, even though I probably won't really pick up too many new amiibos, I actually, you know what, that might be cap, because like whatever first party ones, I'm probably game for. But yeah,
because you know damn well when Sora comes out, you're picking them up.
I would be down for another like Zelda set of amiibos.
Oh, please don't. I actually think it's gonna happen with Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm scared.
Oh my god, because like they had like regular Link from Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. They also had like one with Zelda, I think.
That was for the
Bokoblin.
That was for the anniversary, no?
I think so. Yeah. And then they had like a Guardian one, which is like massive. I was like, whoa.
I have that one. That one's cool.
I should have. Damn, I should have.
I'm missing 3 Zelda amiibos, if I'm not mistaken. I'm missing the Breath of the Wild Archer Link.
Oh yeah. You're right.
I'm missing Breath of the Wild Zelda. And then I'm missing Twilight Princess Link.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that one I just never got around to picking up, but I have the other ones. I have 8-bit NES Link. I have Link's Awakening Link.
Oh yeah, there is 8-bit.
Ocarina, Majora, Wind Waker, Skyward. I have those. Those are cool. Those are for the 30th anniversary. Now that I'm remembering.
Got you.
And then I have all of the Breath of the Wild amiibos except for the Archer, Link, and Zelda. I know, weird. Because I have the champions. I have all 4 of the champions. I have the Guardian amiibo.
Yeah.
Big ass one. I have the Bokoblin.
Bokoblin. Love that guy.
I have Link on a horse. I have him on a Epona.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. So I have a little small shelf for the Zelda one specifically.
That's nice.
And then on top of it, I have all my Mario ones. I'm actually missing 2 Mario ones, and I hate myself to this day for it.
Oh, okay.
I'm missing Goomba and Koopa.
That's right. They did have those.
I just literally was like, they're Goomba Koopa. I'll get them when I can. Big mistake.
That's what happens now.
Big mistake, dude. Those are so hard to get now.
Mm.
But I got the wedding Mario amiibo set.
I remember those, yeah.
Yeah, so
It's
that
good.
one's always cool.
Yeah. They do otherwise, like, there's some small, like, knick-knack stuff for, like, small little utilities that they have for each. Otherwise, they are just, like, really nice figures to have. Which I think Nintendo, previously just a toy-like company, I think that works well with them. And I think even in a future where amiibos don't really exist anymore, they could still kind of, like, get away with, like, small figurines otherwise.
Yeah. Well, Nintendo, the toy company, is funny because they also go back to those days of like the Hanafuda playing cards. They now do Pokemon cards. Those are their essentially extension of what those used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very interesting. But I like my Smash amiibos a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason is because of how many franchises it covers. Because I literally love every single franchise there. Like that represents like the game room is why I like it so much. Because it's like, hey, look, there's Mario, there's Terry from Fatal Fury, there's Joker from Persona.
Joker's there.
Fucking King K. Rool, like Sonic the Hedgehog, Bayonetta, Cloud. Like that's why I love that amiibo set, because of all the random third-party characters that can be there, and it represents pretty much my collection.
The history of everything.
Yeah, like I pretty much own all the games that all the characters are up there from.
There's the Doomslayer one. And he's chilling next to Alex.
The day they did the Sora presentation and they showed him as a Mii costume, I almost cried. But I was like, you know what? Doom still got in the game somehow. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's funny.
He still got in, and I love it. But then they showed Sora, and everything was fine. So
everything was just like,
I was in a bathroom at work watching that opening, because I was like, you know what, I gotta go to the bathroom, and I just went and I just like opened my phone. I was in the stall, and I was like,
"Is that
who is it?" And then I heard the ring, and I said, "Oh!" I was dead, dude. I was dead that day.
My God.
And then my heart got just completely shattered when they said Kingdom Hearts on Switch cloud versions.
And you're like,
Yep. That shit hurt my feelings. Oh
man.
Yeah, no.
There's a lot to talk about like after the podcast for sure.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh, yeah.
I think without further ado, I think we're good then.
This whole podcast has been tangents for sure.
Yeah. No,
I do like
yeah, I like the anime talk. I was not expecting us to like start to go through the archives of other games that we may or may not own.
Crazy.
That's
absolutely nuts.
That's a video idea. Just talk about the history of that.
Just a bunch of anime fighting or anime video games in general.
Yeah.
Dude, you can go far as back to like NES days, or like in Japan, there's the Fist of the North Star Sega Master System game.
Whoa.
You can play it. You can play it on a modern console. You have to play it on. I literally almost forgot about one of the best PS4 games. Why did I forget about Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
the Yakuza game. The Yakuza game, yeah. Dude, because you know how Yakuza, you can always play like retro games, like retro Sega games. Well, because it's a Yakuza game, because it's in the same engine, same team, you can go and play a Sega Master System that has that game on it.
Oh, wow.
Like, what the fuck? That's so cool. Like, it's so random. The game's not that good, but it's random.
And, like, at least you can play it, you know?
Man.
It's like Zero Mission and then unlocking, like, OG Metroid, and you can play on your Game Boy.
On Game Boy Advance. When you can already buy the Game Boy Advance cartridge that just has Metroid 1. You didn't need to, but hey, fuck it. It's awesome. Or the other way to do it is if you beat Metroid Fusion and then you connect it to your GameCube through Metroid Prime 1, you can unlock Metroid 1 on GameCube. Like, I don't know why you would do that, but hey,
Look at all the ways I can play Metroid, guys.
Look at all the way you can play Metroid 1. 1, not 2.
Just Metroid 1.
Just Metroid 1. Love it.
Ooh, okay. I think we're good. All right. For now, we'll go ahead and call it here. So thank you guys so much for tuning in for another podcast episode from DangIT Prodcast. This has been episode 443. My name is Justin.
And I'm Philip.
And thanks for watching, everybody. #bye, everybody.